Hi, good morning. Welcome to Jay's. My name's Jeff Troop. Today is Tech Tip Tuesday. I'm going to do my best to show you how to Texas rig. So we're not going to call it Tech Tip Tuesday today. Boy, that's hard to say. We're going to call it Texas Rig Tuesday, y'all. So this is how you do it. Everybody comes in the store and they love throwing the Wacky Rig. This is a Wacky Rig. And people say, man, I tried to throw it through the weeds and I get all hung up. Is there any other way I can rig this bait and make it weedless? And I say yes. Because when Senkos first came out, they didn't have the Wacky Rig. They hadn't thought about it yet. So this is how we did it in the old school days. It's called Texas rigging. So you see the barb? You're gonna go down to the barb, push it out, twist it all the way up on top like that. And then I like to lay the hook out on the bait and get my thumb right down to where it's got to go through. The trick to this bait is you got to keep it straight on the bait. You got to keep it straight on the hook, just like that. So there's different ways to rig the Texas rig. This is the old school way. When I first started learning how to Texas rig, this is what we ran: a straight shank worm hook on a ribbon tail worm, just like that. You can run a fluke on a Texas rig. Once you learn how to run this rig and rig it, you're gonna find all kinds of different baits. This is the one I like to throw in the springtime. Little downsizing, little twin tail grub. This is the newest one. It's really cool. It's called a Ned rig, and you can Texas rig that. So it's like totally weedless. This is an old school one. It's called a stupid tube, Texas rigging that way. One of my favorite ones in the summertime when the jig bites on, I like to throw a slither rig. So the rig slides down, but you have the trailer Texas rigged on the end of it. This is another favorite one of mine. It's called a Cowboy. So we're gonna Texas rig the Cowboy here. So you take it, just like I showed you before, just like you're doing a worm, push it all the way up in there, just like that. Lay it out on your finger, and you wanna make sure you go straight down through the bait, just like that. Now you notice on the Senko, I'm just running it like that. I'm not throwing any weight on it because it's a heavy enough bait where it can sink on its own. Like if you're throwing a ribbon tail worm, you might want to put a bullet weight on it. So we just go on there like that. You can let it slide, or you can peg it with a toothpick, or what I like to call a peg. This one I'm gonna need my glasses for. So you take the peg, fat side down, slide it right up inside there, just like that. I like to pull down on it as far as I can pull on it. Sometimes it's hard to get through these tungsten weights. Just gotta be persistent. That should be good enough. Take your scissors, trim it, pull the other end through just a little bit more so it sucks up inside there and pretty much stays right down on the bait like that. Just like that. Hopefully I taught you some stuff about Texas rigging. Once you learn how to do this, it's a very, very good presentation when you're in heavy cover, like wood or weeds or anything real heavy cover under docks. You won't get hung up as much as you do with the exposed hook. So tune in next week. We'll try to teach you something else.